Yo, 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 yo. Let me see. Do I want it like this? Let's take this off. All right. All right. So with the motherfucking folks, man. Let's get this right here. All right. Whoa. Take off the foo-foo. Take that shit off. We finna get this shit rocking, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, let's get this motherfucker rocking, man. Episode 98 in this motherfucker. All right, fucker, let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OG Hatch, man. You know the fuck it is, man. What's up with the people? All around the world, all my friends. What the fuck is up with y'all, man? How y'all doing? I hope y'all out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a whole lot of shit going on in these churches, man. I tell you that each and every week. I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, joining the conversation, man. I truly appreciate all the love and support, man. Let's keep building this empire. Brick by motherfucking me brick. As you can see at the bottom of your motherfucking screen right now, going across the ticker, we are on the grind to 100. This is episode 98 out of 100 episodes of phase 1. Oh, man, I want to shout out to all the first-time listeners and the last-time listeners, man. Let's keep this fucking grind going, man. Let's keep building this empire brick by brick. The grind don't stop, as I say, each and every motherfucking week, man. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 100 episodes, man. It's really becoming emotional. It's really becoming an emotional thing for me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. But I do want to say once again, shout out to all the first-time listeners and the last-time listeners, man, who've been around for this journey so motherfucking before, man. So shout out to the mother people in the live comment section. Welcome to the live stream show. Welcome to episode 98 of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast by your boy OG motherfucking me Hatch, man. It's a whole lot showing the docket. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's a whole lot showing the motherfucking me docket. I got a few things I want to get off my chest, man, before we get this episode out to you guys. Man, I want to talk about how accessible people are the ones we take for granted. I think a lot of times we always kind of poo-poo the motherfuckers around us really in our corner, or the people that's really dope, that's really around us. We never really give them the flowers they should, but it also shines light on how accessible people are, the ones we truly take for granted. I want to talk about how I'm entering the judgment zone, man. My birthday's in a couple weeks. I don't know if you anything like me. When birthday come around, that's when I sit back and reflect on what I've done in the past year. If I'm proud of myself or not. And for the most part, I'm not. I be doing the same shit every motherfucking year. I want to try to change at this go around. Also, I want to get into toxicity in relationships, bro. You can't spell love without toxic. Let's be honest, but we all love being a little bit toxic, bro. That's when the sex is the best. I want to get into the question of the week as well. Who's teaching men to be men these days? I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how Kevin Samuels was teaching men how to be men, and I'm just sitting back like, what the fuck? I'm just sitting back like, what the motherfuck, man? We got to get into trans-able. We all know about transsexuals and all that shit. There's some shit out there right now called trans-able. I never knew about this shit. Apparently, we're going to get into a little bit deep in the podcast, but apparently it's like healthy motherfuckers who's thinking like, I should have been born with one arm, so they going to amputate one of their arms. It's a whole lot of shit, bro. We got to get into it. And also, I got to ask all the friends of the show, did the podcast fail? I have my honest answer about that going forward. But let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. It's a whole lot of shit I don't want to keep rambling on, man. First thing on the docket, man. You know, for everybody that's watching the episode on OG Hatch TV on YouTube channel, shout out to people that listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, all that good shit. Leave a review wherever you listen to the podcast at, by the way. I got on the screen, accessible people are the ones we take for granted. And for a minute, I truly never thought about it like this in this way. But I started to actually sit back and pay attention to people that I truly didn't fuck with for real as hard as I should have. And maybe I'm not saying that right. We all have those people that come across in our lifetime who truly fuck with us for us. And we truly, and sometimes we never really fuck with them how they fuck. We never reciprocate that energy type shit. And I've been having a reflection moment these last couple of days. I told you how I'm going to the whole judgment zone, my birthday coming up and shit like that. So these last couple of days, I've been reflecting on my life. And I always go through this little span where I'm cutting motherfuckers off, right? And I can honestly say, bro, I'm sitting back now like, I think I cut the wrong people off. I think I made a mistake type shit. But the reason why I say it is because, you know, I've always been someone who's, you know what I'm saying, been one track mind. Motherfuckers say I'm getting old. Comments say I'm getting old. I am getting old. For everybody that don't know, man, I turned 27 in a few weeks. Jesus fucking Christ. I never would have thought I would be turning 20 motherfucking 7, bro. I still look back to when I was fucking 12, 13, 14, 15 and thinking that 2022 was hella far away. I used to really sit back and be like, yo, 2022 far as fuck. Now we actually in 2022 and I'm finna be 27 years old. It's a lot of shit in my life I truly haven't done yet that I truly been wanting to do these last couple of years that I gotta get done. I'm like a fucking failure. I'm like a fucking failure. But we're gonna get to that a little bit later. I've cut the wrong people out of my life. And the reason why I say is because I've realized and I've identified the people in my life that who truly was there for me and the people who truly was in my corner. And I realized that a lot of times I always sit back and say, this is what I'm looking for out of people. This is what I want out of somebody. This is what I need out of somebody for me to keep going, have a positive mindset. And a lot of times I've had that before. Like if I'm referring to a woman, right? And I say I'm looking for a woman that treats me right, that makes me feel like a priority, that knows how to handle my mental, you know what I'm saying, that can understand my mood swings and shit like that, which is not hard, which is not easy to find. So when I say I'm looking for these things, a lot of times when I'm projecting those thoughts out, I'm not really paying attention to what I got around me and the people that's actually filling those spaces. And a lot of times I realized lately, man, that I've made a lot of excuses talking about the type of woman I want in my life and things of that nature. When I can honestly sit back and name multiple women who filled those voids. And I had to sit back and think, like, why the fuck is that the case? Why the people who come into my life and do things that I want them to do and show me that they there for me type shit, why do I still look over them and look past them and want more type shit? You know how they say the grass is green on the other side type shit? Why do I do that? And it honestly, though, the only thing I can really think of that makes sense of it all is that people that are accessible to you are the people you generally, you know what I'm saying, take for granted. And it blows my mind I truly think about, because even when you think about people that support entrepreneurship, that's real big right now, right? Everybody's an entrepreneur. Everybody's selling something. Everybody got an LLC. Everybody got their own little business going. When you truly think about the people who support you and be your biggest fans, supporters, and things of that nature, that's really helping you build a, you know what I'm saying, a company, whatever you're doing from the ground up, it be people you don't even know. It be people who like you didn't know from a can of paint that's supporting your business. The motherfuckers that you truly know don't even really support you until they see you popping, so to say. And that's because you're accessible. They know you. Oh, that's Hatch from such and such. That's Hatch from the block. That's Hatch from middle school, high school, sports, from work. That's Hatch. But when you see a person on social media that you don't even know and you see them getting some shit going, you drawn to it a little bit more. And it's like it just made me think, like, bro, if you know a motherfucker and they accessible to you, you're not really tripping on what the fuck they got going on for real. And it's messed up to say because we all know those people on social media. We all got, like I said, we all got our own businesses and things of that nature. I can honestly tell you, my podcast is listened more by people I don't even fucking know. People that I truly know, they don't listen to my shit. they don't listen to Hash Talk too much. But it's like once you get a clip or a video that get hella fucking views or something like that, that's when you start to see people that you actually know, like, oh, I've been fucking with you this whole motherfucking me time. And I'm not knocking it, but I'm just understanding the way of the motherfucking the landscape. Because the people that you truly know, the people you can get up on the phone with, the people you can go slide up on, the people you can be in touch with, you take them for granted. I seen Wallow from the $1 Million with the Game podcast. He was on Instagram talking about some you gotta build your phone up, you gotta build your networking and shit like that up. And that's true. That truly is true. And I had to think about myself. I know so many people in certain positions, fam, that's really getting shit done. And I got their number, I got access to them and things of that nature. But it rolls off, it blows past me because I just think that, oh, that's old, that's such and such. I know old girl from this place. I know old boy from back in the day from hooping and shit like that. I truly never even think about the dope shit that they doing and what that can do to help get me to where I'm trying to go. So it's crazy how, so the people that we truly be knowing is the people we be sleeping on type shit. Comment says, I know you. Hopefully I know you. And you know what? Since you know me, you listen to the podcast, I thank you. I thank you. I don't have it up on my phone. Let me see. Let me hop in the live real fast. See who leave in the comments, man, so I can address you directly type shit. So I can address you directly. But yes, and I know you too, by the way. Thank you very much. And you're doing fabulous and wonderful things with your business as well. Pretty dope paintings. Is pretty motherfucking exclusive. I enjoyed it when I went, and I may be coming back pretty motherfucking me soon. So shout out to you as well. But like I said, people that you truly know and that you can be in, you can rub elbows with, you sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? Till they really fucking blow up, bro. It's just something I noticed in the way of in this content creating game, the social media game. I noticed that your close friends, they only gonna fuck with you when they see other people is fucking with you. But when you get into this space of creating content or launching a business or being an entrepreneur, you gotta accept that. So that's just something you gotta get prepared for. You can't really let affect you in a negative light, to be honest with you. But moving on, man. As I mentioned, I'm entering judgment zone, B. I'm entering judgment zone. Birthday's coming up. And I'm stuck in one of those weird spots, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of want to do something. I kind of don't want to do nothing. You only turn 27 one time. I'm turning 27th on the 27th. You only do that one time type shit. And I'm just stuck. And I'm stuck in limbo. You know what I mean? Because like I mentioned, man, when my birthday comes around, that's the time of the year. And I do it many other times of the year, but primarily on my birthday is when I really sit back and reflect on, am I the same person I was a year ago? Have I changed? Am I still sitting around doing the same shit? Am I still beating my dick ruthlessly? Like, am I still doing that? Have I been out to many bars? Like, have I done the things I said I was going to do? Or am I still just assaulting myself all crazy? And when I look up, 9 times out of 10, I'm still doing the same shit. But now I'm turning 27. And maybe it's because, 2-year anniversary of the pod is coming up as well. A lot of that shit is on my shoulders. We're going to get into that a little bit later in the podcast as well. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm getting old as fuck. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm getting old and I don't have a family. Maybe it's because, I'm still stuck at the same job I've been at for the last couple of years. Maybe it's a whole bunch of all that shit. Maybe it's one thing. Maybe it's all that put together. I really don't know. But this time around, the judgment zone's a little bit different. You know what I mean? I'm a lot harder on myself this year than I was last year. Last year, I was like, nigga, I'm good. Nigga, I got the podcast rocking. I'm doing the things I want to do. This year, I don't really feel like that. This year, I feel like I could have done more. This year, I felt like I could have applied way more pressure than I applied. That's truly how I feel. I feel like I let niggas off the hook. And one of the main things I truly want to change about myself when I turn 26, I really wanted to change how people thought about me. And that shit really took a toll on me because it's not my personality to really care about what other people think about me. It's just not. It's just not. I'm be honest with you. It drains me to think about what other people think about me. And it really took me until a couple months ago. I forget which episode it was, but I believe it was with one of the guests I brought on the podcast, and they let me know that you can't think that you the shit like that. You can't think everybody's tripping off you. And for the first 26 years of my life, that's what I was doing. Like I truly was like, everybody's worried about Hatch. And in these last couple months, I really just started to be like, man, ain't nobody worried about me, man. Let me just focus on the shit I'm gonna do, man, and get it out the way. And it really relieved a lot of the pressure, a lot of the stress I was putting on myself. But it also brought me back to my old ways of thinking on some Obi-Wan Kenobi shit. On some Obi-Wan Kenobi shit that I don't really care what motherfuckers think about me. I tried so hard in this past year to try to change, you know what I'm saying, to try a new outlook on life, to see if that'll help me blend in with these motherfuckers more. I'm not like everybody. I'm not like y'all. I'm comfortable saying, nigga, I'm different. That's what I'm comfortable saying. Nigga, I'm that nigga and I'm different. I'm not like these niggas. And it took me a while. It took me I had one of those That's So Raven moments and I was like, what are you doing, Hatch? Hatch, you just spent the last 12 months of your life trying to fucking dumb it down and be like the rest of these niggas. So why are you mad that shit ain't moving how you want it to move when you literally stopped being Hatch? And you started being a nigga that try to conform and be accepted by a bunch of motherfuckers you truly don't give a fuck about. You truly don't give a motherfucker about. So it's like, now that I'm sitting back and I realized that I was doing the most type shit trying to be accepted by everybody, I'm fucking down. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm fucking like I'm just fucking I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted by this shit because anybody that knows Hatch, and then if you've been with me since day fucking one of this podcast, you know I'm a very strong-minded motherfucker. I say what I feel and I feel what the fuck I say. And there's been many instances to where I've made it known how I feel about shit, and I didn't back down from it. If you've been a true friend of this show, then you know that's one of the best things about this podcast. You're gonna get Hatch. And there's been many episodes over the last 12 months, really in the last, you know what I'm saying, it was like a 3-month gap to where I was really trying to be on some accepted by all type shit. And I really hated doing this podcast shit. And if you're a true friend of the show, I'm pretty sure you tapped in and you realized on those episodes to where them shits wasn't it. Them shits wasn't hidden, cuz. Them shits wasn't hidden because it wasn't me. And if you're a true friend of the show, man, then you understand that a lot of times by me coming in here right now telling you guys how I'm really I've been down on myself and judging myself extremely hard. I'm not saying that for me. I know what the fuck been going on. I'm saying that to say for you guys to, when you doing this shit, man, and there's no rules to this life shit, to this trying to make yourself a better person shit. There's no rules to this shit. I know they say with the whole 12-step program, the first thing you gotta do is admit you got a problem. Bullshit. Oh yeah, okay. The first thing you gotta do is fuck up. That's what you gotta do. The first thing you gotta do in the 12-step program is fuck up. Because if you're getting by and you're still performing at a high level, you're not gonna really trip off of it. We all know functioning fucking alcoholics. The first step is admitting you got a motherfucking problem and admit that you fucked up. You gotta fuck up first for any of this shit to even take effect. There's only a few rare motherfuckers out here that never fuck up and realize they got a motherfucking problem. And me saying this is because everybody that's in this grind mode right now, bro, if there's anything you ever gonna take from Hatch Fam on some real shit, it don't gotta be none of the main things I'm pushing down motherfuckers' throat about mental health, about being a black man in America, about just living life, about having fun, about living for yourself and not the motherfuckers around you. It ain't gotta be none of that shit. If you're gonna take one thing away from the podcast, bro, just take never give up. Because there's been so many times where I've really thought about giving up on this shit because I'm too hard on myself, my nigga. Like I don't even talk about the dope shit I do with this podcast, bro. I don't even talk about this podcast reaching the countries that it's reaching. I don't even talk about the amount of views that I'm getting on my visuals. I don't even talk about this shit. I don't even talk about that shit. All my shit is focused on the negative, and that shit forces me to contemplate quitting every motherfucking week. So if you're gonna take something from Hatch, bro, as I'm in this judgment zone, as I'm being hard on myself, as I realize I'm getting old as fuck. As I realize I'm getting old as fuck, you have to take away not giving up, fam. You can't give up. You can't. No matter if your shit is blowing up as fast as you think it is, if it's not, if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel just yet, you just can't give up because you're gonna find yourself in a thought process that I'm finding myself in right now. To where you're just hard on yourself, where you're your own worst critic, and you're the only motherfucking voice that you hear. You're not hearing the people that's in your DMs. You're not hearing the people that's rating and reviewing your podcast. You're not hearing none of that shit. All you're hearing is, how the fuck do I take this shit to the next level? That's all you're gonna hear. And for a lot of motherfuckers, that's the breaking point. That's where they find out where they can't reach another level. They can't take their platform to new heights and things of that nature. Fuck that shit. Just keep going. Because I almost quit doing this shit. I almost shut all this shit down and said, phase 1 after episode 100, we done. I truly was saying that for like 3 days straight. To where I said episode 100 is going to be the last episode I ever do. And it still may be the case. I honestly don't know. I truly don't motherfucking know, but don't give up. If I give up, hey, let me be a hypocrite. But you niggas, I ain't doing 100 episodes for nothing. You niggas better not give up, B. Real motherfucking talk. But moving on, I want to get into something that I've been thinking about these last couple months, actually, and I really want to bring up on the podcast today because I feel like I've done enough deep diving, deep thinking about the shit. It's no secret that I've never been in an actual real relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna be 27 years old. I've never been in an actual serious relationship. I just haven't. But I've been in many, many toxic situations to where maybe I thought I did love a person. Maybe I thought love was in the air when it really was just lust. But we were doing things to each other that just created such a toxic environment. And the one thing I noticed, man, maybe it's the social media era. I don't know. Maybe it's always been around, but I was just too young to actually understand it. One thing that I truly understand about, or I noticed about relationships in this whole social media era, is that toxicity is necessary. Like, that's what I feel like. Toxic behavior is damn near necessary when it comes to relationships, man. I feel like you can't even spell love without toxic. Like, you can't show me one relationship to where some toxic shit ain't going down. I'm talking about straight true love. The motherfuckers you talking about, the goals. Think about every motherfucker we was saying goals about. It ain't nothing but toxic shit splat all over they shit. It ain't nothing but they just pouring the toxic on motherfuckers. Like, nowadays, it's so common about domestic violence is common. Motherfuckers don't even care. Nowadays, it's women that want you to slap them up for you getting that pussy. Nowadays, you got niggas getting their ass beaten and being cool with the shit. You got so much verbal abuse going on, and that's normal. The same woman that's gonna say, nigga, fuck you, you ain't shit, your dick little, your daddy left your mama when you was a kid, didn't teach you how to be a man, you ain't shit, ain't never been shit, ain't never gonna be shit. That same woman that said that shit to you, you gonna eat that bitch pussy. You gonna eat that bitch pussy. It's crazy. The toxicity is damn near necessary. I don't know no Disney movie relationship, man. I don't know no Nick at Night, you know what I'm saying, relationships, bro. I don't know that shit. I don't know none of that shit. Even the motherfuckers who've been with each other since high school. Even the motherfuckers you thought they had their shit all nuts and berries and shit like that. No. It's a motherfucker at night getting in the motherfucking me chokehold. They got their ass in the master lock type shit behind closed doors. Toxicity is damn near necessary. I don't know nobody that think that's claiming they happy in love and there ain't no toxic shit going on. I just don't. I know motherfuckers that's getting married, that's you know what I'm saying, that's getting divorced after being married for just 6-7 months. I know motherfuckers who got kids with each other that one of them ran off on the other one, but come back every month for me a couple of months and they take family pictures and shit. You think everything cool. It's so much shit going on. Your happiest relationships is the motherfucker that's going through the most toxic shit. The motherfuckers that's been married and been with each other for 13, 14, 15, 20 years, that's where the most toxic shit is happening. If I'm lying, I'm dying, my nigga. I done seen this shit firsthand in my family, in my close friends, celebrities. All these motherfuckers is going through toxic shit. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible to be in a committed, long-lasting relationship without any toxic shit going on. Hey, I'm being honest. I don't think it's possible, fam. I just don't. I've seen it too many times. So the people who I thought were the happiest, the people who I thought were, you know what I'm saying, soulmates, who I thought, oh, she's the female version of him. He's the male version of her. It'll be so perfect. Them same motherfucking people who I thought shit was all good was them same motherfuckers. You go over to their house, it's holes in the wall. You go up to their house, this motherfucker, it's markings all on the wall. It's scuff marks everywhere. No, motherfuckers been that motherfucker brawling, B. Motherfuckers been that motherfucker brawling. They in that motherfucker fighting at 5 in the afternoon, and about 7 they eating dinner, watching the movie. It's crazy. And this ain't even no race shit. This ain't got nothing to do with no black shit. I done seen it with the Mexican homeboys. I done seen it with the Haitian homeboys. And I done seen it with the white homeboys. It don't matter. Love is toxic, my nigga. You can't spell love without toxic, B. It ain't fucking possible. Real motherfucking talk. But moving on, man. I want to get to the question of the week. You know, the question of the week is, who's teaching men to be men? Excuse me. And the reason why I asked that question, man, is because I was on social media today, man. I'm scrolling and shit like that. And I always go to the trending, what's trending and shit like that, just see if it's something important I bring on the podcast. And one thing I noticed about this whole Kevin Samuels shit, Kevin Samuels has been trending way more since he's been dead than he would ever trend when he was alive. This nigga been trending for like 90 days straight now. Not hating or nothing, but just something not noticed. And I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Kevin Samuels, talking about Kevin Samuels was teaching how to be men. And I was kind of like, damn, like that's what niggas was looking for to be a man. Now, I am the same person who's come on this podcast many times to let you guys know I had to learn how to be a man on my own. And I'm still learning. I still don't think that I'm all the way there. I think I'm at like 97%. I'm like 97% there, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But there were people who came in my life and I did pick things from them. And I, you know what I'm saying? I said, that's what I'm going to do when I get older. And that's what the fuck I've been doing. But when I'm seeing all these, these black dudes, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter and shit like that, saying Kevin Samuels was teaching men how to be men, I feel like that raised a much more alarming red flag than others. Like, I know why I had to teach myself how to be a man. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? There's no confusion. There's no confusion there. Dad got murdered when I was 3 years old. You know what I mean? She deck of cards I was given. But why is it so many niggas having to teach themselves how to be a man? I don't think that's ever a concept that people are really talking about. Because yeah, it's one thing to look at celebrities and things of that nature for, you know what I'm saying, life advice, I guess. But when you have a man saying he's looking for another black man that he has no relationship with, he doesn't know from a can of paint, don't know that man middle name, first name, last name, real name at all, and he's looking for that man to teach him how to be a man, that's a problem. To me, that's one of the main reasons why niggas don't be men. It's because we're looking for somebody to just teach us how to be a man. We just looking for niggas that, if he older than us, come on, big bro. Come on, big bro. That's what's going on. Nobody did. It's so many dudes that's lacking an actual real living, you know what I'm saying, example of a man in their life. So many. So fucking many. I was lucky enough to have a grandpa that I can look up to and be like, that nigga's that nigga. He's doing shit that I don't even see the white folks doing. At least I was fortunate enough to have that. When I'm looking around, I'm scanning the horizons, a lot of niggas ain't got no examples, B. So when I see a tweet about Kevin Samuels was teaching men how to be men, I'm not super shocked because I kind of knew that was the case. Because it's a lot of niggas that's kind of like me. Dad wasn't there. Mine didn't choose to leave. He was taken off this earth. A lot of niggas' pops just wasn't there. A lot of niggas was being raised by a single mom. My mom did a wonderful job. Was she a single parent? No, but she did a wonderful job. She taught me everything. A lot of niggas is being taught by women. And I'm not saying that, I'm not knocking the women for doing that. I want to shout out to the women who stood up and took on both roles. This conversation is highlighting the simple fact that it's niggas not being taught how to be actual men by a living example in their life. They're being taught by fucking celebrities or niggas who go on Twitch. I ain't even think of Kevin Samuels as a celebrity, bro. I just seen that BET, like they gave him a whole memorial, you know what I'm saying, on BET and shit like that, which is big. So shout out to BET for that. To me, when I seen that highlighted how big the internet is. That didn't even highlight how big Kevin Samuels was. To me, when I seen BET doing that let me know we just in a total different age, bro. So where internet personalities is being, you know what I'm saying, commemorated and celebrated with fucking pop stars, rap stars, and that BET Awards and shit like that. So that's what I thought about. But when you see that people is looking for celebrities and fucking internet personalities to teach them the way of life, that shit is fucking crazy. That shit is fucking crazy. But it's the common route. It's the new fucking resource that people have to bear their ways in life, to get past their own fucking pitfalls in life. Niggas didn't have an example in life, so they can get on Twitch now and look at Kevin Samuels. They can get on YouTube and look at OG Hatch. Like that blows my mind that we have black men looking for on YouTube on how to be a man. That's blowing my fucking mind, bro. Like I said, I don't have these conversations with the white boys. I don't have these conversations with the Indian boys, with the Mexican boys. I don't have these conversations with these dudes. So like, I don't know if it's damn near the same shit going on. I don't know. But it's blowing my mind that in the black community, fam, we looking at on YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, and Twitch on how to be a fucking man. Shit it's spooky out here, my nigga. like real talk. It's spooky out here. And like I said, man, it's damn near a touchy subject for me just because my father was killed when I was 3 years old. So like everything I'm learning on the fly. So I get it. I get it. There was things I seen Kobe Bryant do. There was things I seen Floyd Mayweather do, 50 Cent do, Dave Chappelle do when I was growing up and said, nah, I'm gonna be on that type of shit. I get it, but I never fucking like, you know what I mean? Looked at them niggas on how to be a man. Now, did that shit that I took from them mold me into who I am today? Yes. Yes. But I just got through telling y'all, bro, it's shit that I'm trying to change about myself. You know what I mean? I wasn't really looking for Kobe Bryant to teach me how to be a man. I was looking for Kobe Bryant to teach me how to have a fucking one-track mind, tunnel vision on something to be successful. That's what I was looking at Kobe for. When I was looking at 50 Cent, how can I overcome a tragic situation and become the best version of me? That's what I was looking for. When I was looking at Floyd Mayweather, I was like, yo, bro, how can I be so great at my craft that motherfuckers hate me? That's what I was looking for. I wasn't looking at these niggas to teach me how to be a man. I wasn't looking at these niggas how to teach me to be the man of my household. I wasn't looking at them niggas how to teach me how to be a man of my responsibilities. But that's what you got out here in these trenches, fam. That's why it's so fucking spooky out here. Niggas is looking for the blind leading the blind when it comes to this how to be a man shit in the black community. That's what the fuck I see going on right now. And I don't know, man. I don't got kids, man. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about that shit. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be the person to talk about that shit. I don't know. But it's something I've seen when I was growing up, and I never really could put words to express how I was feeling about the shit. And now that I'm maybe 27 years old and I still got the same thought process about the shit, I don't know, man. Some shit got changed, B. Comment says, you always yelling at us. Look, man, I be passionate. I be passionate about this shit I'm speaking, man. I be trying to be close to the mic, man. The crazy thing about this shit is that I be thinking I be damn near mumbling type shit until I listen back to it and edit like, okay, yeah, I was close as fuck to the mic. The mic be super close, man. I be trying to, you know what I'm saying, make y'all hear where the fuck I'm coming from type shit. Real talk. But moving on, man. I want to get into this trans-able shit. Now, you know, this podcast has been taking me on a journey because I'm still dying to have a transgender on the podcast just to get some information for myself so I can be more knowledgeable on the topic, on the situation, and also so we can bridge those gaps between heterosexual, cisgender people and, you know, transgenders and things of that nature, whole LGBTQ plus community. Came close, almost had that booked for you guys, but people be busy, bro, so I'm not really tripping about that. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. So I've had many topics about transgender shit on this podcast. We talked about the whole dragon shit, the whole Leah Wills, whatever the fuck her name was. We talked about all this transgender shit, the transgender ban, the NCAAs and Olympics and shit like that. We just talked about all this shit like a week or two ago. I came across some new shit called trans-able, and I didn't know what it was. Like at this point, when I just see the word trans in front of some shit, I just say, okay, you being the opposite type shit. You living your life like vida loca type shit. That's what the fuck I think trans is now. But I came across this shit called trans-able, and it blows my mind because trans-able, and I don't want to butcher it, so don't take me word for definition. But trans-able pretty much, for all the weed smokers like myself, trans-able is pretty much how somebody is transgender, say, I feel like I'm born in the wrong body type shit. A trans-able person is like a person who's born with all 8 limbs, right? And like was like, I feel like I should have been born with one arm. And they go amputate their fucking arm. It's a fucking lady who said she felt like she should have been born blind and went and poured fucking bleach in her eyes, and now she's fucking blind. Transable is for people who feel like they should have been born disabled. So they go and fucking disfigure and disable them fucking selves. Crazy, right? Like crazy, right? Think about that. A person with all they got their vision, and then say, bro, I feel like I should have been born blind, and go and fucking pour bleach in their fucking eyes. Think about that shit, y'all. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, this ain't just hatched like just needing some content. No, trust me. This is real. This is what motherfuckers is doing. And let me see the comments. This is what's going on in these trenches, fam. Let me see this. The comment says, I am born the wrong financial back. Oh, real shit. Like, if motherfuckers be trans-able, I'm trans broke. I'm trans rich. I'm trans rich. Fuck that. If a motherfucker just said they feel like they was born the wrong, I was born the wrong motherfucker, me tax bracket my damn self. Fuck that. I'm supposed to be a millionaire, a billionaire. I'm supposed to be up there with Elon and them. Yo, Elon, what up? I'm supposed to be with them niggas. And people supposed to identify me as a rich nigga. How about that? I feel like I should have been born a rich nigga. Y'all gotta call me a rich nigga. I gotta get rich nigga privileges. Like, I gotta get rich nigga privileges from now on. I gotta get here without asking. Fuck that. Like, I gotta get chauffeured around the city. I gotta get red carpet privileges and shit like that. I need that type of energy. This whole trans shit is crazy. And I really bring it up because I'm not getting off this mental health and trans shit. Because I ask people all the time, why do we never associate mental health with this whole trans shit? Because having a thought process that you were born in the wrong body, you can't tell me that's some normal shit. You just can't. And I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep going back to this. But when you sit here and tell me that there's trans-able people, my nigga, you're not finna sit here and tell me that there's no mental health in this shit. If a motherfucker can tell you, fam, I feel like I should have been deaf, and then they go fucking mutilate their ears or some shit, like, you can't sit here and tell me that there's not something wrong with them. So how far-fetched, like when I came here and talked about fucking the dragon shit, when the motherfuckers was turning themselves into dragons, and I asked y'all, how far off is that from a man turning himself into a woman? The only difference is that shit is more common now. When something is done over and over and over again, you become numb to it. It becomes the norm. I'm not saying motherfuckers should be banned for being transgender, but the first transgender that walked around, niggas was like, yo, there's something wrong with this nigga. But by the time the 1,000 transgender come around, you dapping a nigga up. It's the same shit as trans-able shit. The first nigga that came around who said I should be blind and went and poured bleach in their eyes, you looking at them like, yo, this nigga's crazy. But in about 5 to 10 years, when it's a whole population of these motherfuckers rolling down, walking around, skipping around, and winking around, it's gonna be normal because we done seen the shit over and over. This shit, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on no more. I don't know what's going on no more. It's like we living in a world right now to where everybody's trying so hard to be different. They want to be something else, but they want to be accepted at the same time. That's the world we living in. Motherfuckers want to be totally different, but totally accepted and treated the same as everybody else. I don't have nothing against no transgenders, no transables, no gay people, no LGBTQ plus people at all. But you're not finna sit here and tell me that this trans shit ain't got no mental health in it. We attach transgender shit to everything but mental health. Everything but mental health. If I'm a nigga with a penis and I know I got a penis and I know I'm a man and I know what I know I like women and I got a 9 to 5 and I'm doing it and I know I struggle with mental health, why the fuck is the person who had a dick, who cut their dick off, who said it was born in the wrong body. Why are we not saying they got mental health issues? Why are we not saying that? There's so many different. There's so much confusion on both parties that the one thing that we all can agree that we all go through with the same shit is mental health issues, is stress, is depression, is fucking anxiety, is mood swings. We all go through that shit. We all ain't going through that born the wrong body shit. To get me to understand that, you gotta talk about some shit that I can relate on, fam. And you can sit here and tell me that, nigga, you be depressed, that you be in mood swings, that you be having anxiety out the wazoo. That's why you did the things you did. I can understand that a little bit more. But if you come to me telling me you A-okay, that you a 10 out of 10 on your mental health checks, that you ain't never had no anxiety or depression or no mood swings and shit like that, and you feel like you A-O motherfucking K, but you gonna tell me you was born in the wrong body, I might whoop your ass. Like I might swing on you at that point because you're not keeping it real. If you want to be different as fuck and you want me to accept you, fam, you gotta be going through the same shit I'm going through. You can't be wanting me to treat you like me, but you lying to me. But you tell me you ain't going through no real life shit, but you want me to accept all the shit the LGBTQ plus is going through. What the fuck is you going through? If you can't fucking be vulnerable like me and be open about what the fuck what really led you to this point, then I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about Uncle Tammy, Tommy, and Chad touching you when you was a kid. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If you can't really talk about that real shit about how you mentally fucked up, then I don't want to hear about your fucking your sob story. Because you can't give me the fucking you was touched as a kid, but it had no impact on you, but you was always born in the wrong body. No, motherfucker. Something happened to you as a kid and it then led you down this path. That's the real. And we don't associate mental health with none of this trans shit, bro. The day a motherfucker can walk up to me and say they feel like they should have been blind, so they pour bleach in their eyes. Now they trans-able and ain't shit wrong with them. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like at a certain point in time, it ain't about Hatch being an asshole. It ain't about Hatch trying to, you know what I'm saying, create content. It's about having common motherfucking sense, B. That's what this shit is about. And if you do that shit to yourself, you're clearly fucking crazy. You're sick. There's something wrong with you. You need help. And there's not that much of a difference. It's a trans-able and a transgender, fam. It's not that much of a fucking difference. Only difference is there's more transgenders than there are trans-ables. For now. Come on, man. Y'all better open y'all motherfucking eyes, bro. Real talk. Moving on, man. Before we wrap the podcast on up, I got a serious question that I wanted to talk about on this podcast, man. As we get closer to episode 100, you know, I talk about each and every week, man. That's the goal of this podcast, is to reach 100 episodes. People ask me why I really did the 100, because I wanted to make sure this was something I actually wanted to do with myself. With my life, I should say. And I just thought 100 episodes would be, 2 years basically, would be showing myself that I can have a commitment for something, and I can, truly do something I really want to do. This podcast is the first thing I've ever truly done in my life just for me. And we getting closer and closer to the benchmark. The goal mark was 100 episodes. Comment says, yell at us. Nah, man. You got me thinking about yelling now, so I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. Trying to tone it down a little bit. But the question I want to ask myself is, did I fail with this podcast? Did this podcast fail? Rich, as we get closer and closer to 100 episodes, man, when I first started this podcast journey, I was a bit naive. I was a bit cocky. And I truly didn't understand what it all took for this podcast shit. So I set big goals, fam. I'm not gonna lie to you. I set some big fucking goals that I want to reach and clear by the time I put out 100 episodes. 98 episodes in, I can tell you guys honestly, I'm not reaching my goals. If some shit go crazy and I do reach my goals, then I will be forever grateful. But I can honestly openly say that I'm not gonna reach my goals that I want to reach with this podcast. I always say I want to have a certain amount of streams, viewership, you know what I'm saying, uh, audience, core audience by the time I reach 100 episodes. And I'm just not there. And the reason why I bring this up on the podcast, bro, because I want to be open and honest with the people at all times. Because there are maybe some guys who listen to this podcast that want to jump into this whole podcast space, or some people who probably listen to this podcast and just see the growth and be like, okay, he cool with that. When it's like, nah, the growth that I got right now in this podcast, I'm grateful for, but I wasn't always grateful for it because I expected more out of myself, and I expected more out of people who I just thought would fuck with the show because I knew them type shit. And it started off like that, but then as time go on, you start to really see who your true friends of the shows are and where your true demographic actually lies and what city, what state, what country, etc. But to reach almost be at 100 episodes and to see that I'm not going to reach my goals, it's depressing, fam. It truly fucking is because I know what I do to put this podcast out. I know the stress that I put on myself to put these episodes out. I just talked about on last week's episode that it does a lot to me mentally to actually care to give my 2 cents on other people's business. You know what I mean? I try to clear so much stuff out of my mind so I can control it. I can't control them to help, you know what I'm saying, monitor these mood swings. This podcast has really made that very difficult. So with me knowing, you know what I'm saying, everything that I do to help make this show, to see I'm not reaching my goals, it's depressing. You know? It's depressing. It makes me second guess myself at times. And sometimes my confidence with the shit can go up and down, be honest with you. But when I ask myself, did I fail with this podcast? I can't call it a failure. I can't call it a failure, man. I really can't. Let me see the comment. Sounds like growing pains. It's the same for most entrepreneurs. That's true. That's true. For people that's listening, the comment says, sounds like growing pains. It's the same for most entrepreneurs. That's completely true. That's 100% true. Definitely just some growing pains, you know, some going throughout the podcast. You hit a brick wall. For all my sports fans, like in the NBA, the rookie season, you know what I'm saying? The rookie come out guns blazing, they hit the rookie wall, they come back their third year looking like all-stars and shit like that. Growing pains for sure. But the one thing I will say is when I ask myself the question about, is this podcast a failure? I can't say it's a failure because I know what I felt like when I got those messages from people talking about how this episode did this for them. And I know how I felt when people was telling me how me doing this podcast is helping them in their own personal way. It makes me smile every motherfucking time I get a message from a friend of the show, or I get a screenshot from a friend of the show. And they listen to the podcast and they talking about they love this part of the podcast, or they was how funny this part was. I know how it makes me feel when I do that. When I get those messages and things like that, I know what it does for me. You know, a lot of times I go back and forth with this being a personal journal for myself and this being an actual show for the people. Comment says impact is more important than viewership. And yeah, it's true. Impact is more important than viewership. Because I know people who getting hella views who really ain't getting no, you know what I mean? They ain't really getting no love like that from the people that's checking their shit out. And I'm not comparing myself to other people or nothing like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is I know how I felt when people let me know what I was doing on my Wednesday nights, you know what I'm saying, was impacting them. And people that truly know me know that shit like that goes a long way with me because I struggle internally every motherfucking day. So knowing that I got people, you know what I'm saying, that come on this platform, and I want to shout the countries out as well before I wrap the podcast on up. But knowing there's people that come on this platform on these live streams each and every week to fuck with the kid, that engage with the kid, that's listening to the show, that's sliding my DMs and things like that. Knowing that that's going on, I can't feel like I failed. I can always feel like I want to take the podcast up to another level, which I will do. I can always feel like I can do more on the, you know, on the content creator level, on a social media presence level. I can always feel like I can do more, but I can never say this was a fucking failure because it came out of nowhere, and the people who it's meant for, they grasp into it type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make it. And it's fucked up. It's crazy. I ain't. This shit crazy. I want to make it known to you guys, man, that this shit is a process. I talked about earlier in the episode that you can't give up. And as much as I'm saying it to you guys, I have to keep saying it for myself to truly, you know what I'm saying, like go through with it. Because it's easy to stop and pick up on some other shit and do some other shit. And be like, yeah, I come back to this podcast shit later down the road. It's easy to do that. And I'm not saying it's like the podcast is super struggling or nothing like that. No, y'all watch the shit. Y'all listen to the shit. It's a good fucking show. But like all y'all who out there who have a business, who has a entrepreneur, you know, your entrepreneurship shit, and you know, you got your LLCs, you got your businesses, you got your clothing brands, all that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the growing pains when they just keep coming back to back to back. You go through the growing pains to get to the, you know what I'm saying, the top of the mountain type shit. And that's what makes the top of the mountain feel so motherfucking good, because once you go through these, you know, these growing pains, you keep running through those brick walls, you reflect on how hard it was to go through those moments. You know what I mean? So I can never feel like this is a failure when I can look at my analytics and see that this podcast has reached Germany, Barbados, Russia, India, Brazil, Egypt, Ireland, Canada, Morocco, Netherlands, United Arab Emirates, South Africa, Pakistan, Australia, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Nicaragua, Indonesia, Thailand, Kuwait, France, Austria, Spain, Sweden, Portugal, and Vietnam, fam. I can't feel like a failure. I can't. I'm a nigga from St. Louis. I live in Avondale, Arizona right now. Like, I can't feel like a failure when the podcast has reached all those fucking places. And I don't promote this podcast heavy at all. I can't feel like a failure. Now, was I naive? Was I, you know what I'm saying, young-minded and silly-minded with those goals? Maybe. I want to make sure I let you guys know, yeah, I failed. I didn't reach the goals that I wanted to reach. But what I am going to do is keep going harder. I feel like Kobe right now, fam. I feel like Kobe in 08. That's what I feel like. We made the finals. We lost. I failed. But what Kobe do? He went back in 09. He went back in 2010 and won both of them motherfuckers. That's the mindset I'm in right now. So the whole message of this episode of this podcast has been, you can't give up on yourself. And I know we got 2 more episodes left until we reach the 100th episode, and that's when I'm gonna really get into my whole sentimental bag, and I may even come with this motherfucking cry. I may do that, and I hate crying on camera and shit like that, but I may cry on the 100th episode because this shit is it's been kicking my ass. It's been kicking my ass, B. And I've almost given up so many times, bro, in the shower with the water pouring on my head, like thinking like, yo, but why am I doing this? This shit ain't growing how I thought it was going to grow. This shit stopped growing on me for a little minute. Comment says, are you getting dressed up for the 100th episode? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. You can only see me from the waist up right now anyway. I don't know. I may pop a bottle or something. I may do something. I truly don't know. I really want to focus all my attention on making sure episode 101 is how I really want it to look. You know what I mean? I do want to say this before about episode 100. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do. I really want to just have a episode to where it's gonna be like a hatch and friends type episode, man. I want to have an episode to where I literally bring on whoever want to come onto the motherfucking me show and we just chop it up, talk about whatever, and just kick it, because I think that's what the 100th episode is all about. Comment says, get some wings and lemonade. You know me. You know me. You give me some wings and lemonade, shit, we good. I might fuck around and have a Chick-fil-A mukbang on the 100th episode. That's probably what the fuck I'm gonna do. Have all Chick-fil-A, this motherfucker just going crazy on the Chick-fil-A. But I do want to have a Hatch and Friends episode 100. Whoever want to come on the podcast, man, all the friends of the show, whoever want to come on, and we just chop it up, man. We chill out, we smoke, we drink, we whatever. We talk, we laugh, we have fun, we do all that shit, man. We talk about the real shit. That's what I want for the 100th episode. So I'm gonna get that together for you guys. See who want to come on to the podcast and just, you know what I'm saying, and kick it with us for a little bit. However they want to be on there. I don't know how long that episode going to be. Depending on how many people want to come on to the show, it may be an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3. I may go for the 3 to 4 hour range for the 100th episode. So we'll have to see what the fuck we're gonna do with that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Let me see. I think that's all we got on the docket. We talked about trans-able, toxic love, judgment zone, accessible people being taken for granted, and the podcast failing. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it for everything we got on the docket. But once again, man, you know, because I didn't start, you know, getting a little too emotional right there, talking about this whole journey, this podcast shit. Anniversary is coming up real soon. 2-year anniversary is coming up real soon. That's on July 23rd is when I recorded. So I think July 24th is the actual anniversary. 2-year anniversary coming up real soon. 100th episode coming up real soon. Birthday coming up real soon. It's a lot going on in the month of July, man. Merch gonna be coming out real fucking soon. We're gonna get the dates for that. May just get some little teaser shirts for you guys. Get that out for you guys real motherfucking soon. That may be a birthday surprise I want to get out for you guys. Get a few shirts out to a few supporters of the show, just because I appreciate them and I want to help keep growing the platform. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. You know, I don't want to keep talking y'all head off. You know how I give up on this side, man. You know, it's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how I y'all next week, man. We out this motherfucker, man. Peace. Damn, man. 98 episodes of this motherfucker, man. What am I gonna do? Birthday coming up, anniversary coming up. We going to a new level, man. I'm telling y'all. Episode 101, phase 2. Y'all ain't ready for that shit, Bree. Y'all ain't ready, B. Y'all ain't ready. I'm barely motherfucking ready. Real talk. But we out this motherfucker, man. I'll let y'all next week, bro.